Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. There's a lot going on in all the different financial world right now, from real estate to silver to mortgages to bonds to crypto. But today, even though it hasn't been much about crypto lately, I'm going to be talking about crypto. Okay, and I'm recording this a couple of days ahead of time because I'm traveling to a certain place, and you might know it. And I hope to see you there, either live or virtually. And if you haven't seen my previous video, we got one of these just the other day. This looks fantastic. I mean, I love this workbook. This workbook comes to you free, and this little QR code is going to be your clue to getting a whole lot more content as we move forward on the back end of our website. So looking forward to that event. We can't wait to be there in Texas. We're going to be, I know that our members in our community are going to see an AMA live from Texas. We're going to have the VIPs we're going to have a special happy hour Friday night and a special breakfast Saturday morning. We have 3 guest speakers, but let me jump into crypto and let's talk about that for a minute. So what's going on in crypto? All right. You might say not a lot. Okay, but crypto is starting to inch up. It's, as I record this right now, where Bitcoin's back over 20,000, which is great. But for the most part, if you look at the chart of Bitcoin for the last few months, pretty flat. It's been pretty boring. Why is that? Well, probably manipulation. This is not financial advice. This is just my opinion. One guy on the internet just talking. But Bitcoin's been pretty flat for the last few months, which is actually pretty good considering the inflationary environment that the world has been in for the last few months as well. I mean, we have 8.5% inflation in the United States. It's crazier in other countries. We have the British pound losing value. We have the yen and the yuan and all different things internationally happening with their markets. And Germany's having energy issues. They're nationalizing energy. It's crazy, all the different things that are impacting people in their daily lives. And but the one thing that you can take politics, take religion, take all those different controversial topics, pick one. You'll find people on the left or the right, various different ends of the spectrum. But the one thing we all agree on is the economy, right? We just we want to have enough money to do the things we want to do, right? But the problem is we live with currency, right? We live with Federal Reserve notes, not real money, like this little thing, right? Like that little piece of silver right there. See that? That's actually money. That's actually written into a certain document that was written back in the 1700s. That's real money, not the little pieces of paper that were created in 1913. But that's another story, and that's going to be talked about in this event. And I would love to give you everything I could possibly I've ever known, or could do a complete memory dump onto you, but I can't. That doesn't happen in these little 10-minute-ish videos. That's why we have these events, right? We have hours where we can talk for each other. We can go beyond that. We can be on a Telegram in the community. We can do AMAs every other week. We can have all the different ways that you can ask me questions, and I can give you the answers based on my years of studying this stuff. And I know it's not exciting for most of you. It's boring as heck, I imagine. Like, most people don't care about economics, and they don't until it starts to hit them in the bottom line. But let's get back to cryptos for a minute. Cryptos, what's going on in cryptos? Well, we have to talk about banking a little bit, but we also have to talk about Bitcoin and the big boys. So, big story came out. NYDIG, New York Digital Investors Group, they are apparently buying $720 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, at $20,000 each, that's about 16 to 18. See, 20 into that, that's 36,000 Bitcoin that they have to buy. Now, I was watching George over Cryptos R Us, and he made a good observation that most of the new crypto is not hitting the market. Your miners are not selling it. They are keeping it. Why would you sell when you think it's low? Like, unless you have to pay the bills, but maybe you borrow against it. Maybe you do other things with it or you use it for leverage or other things that you don't want to be selling your Bitcoin, because you don't want to sell things when they're low. If you think silver is going to go to $50 or higher, why did you sell this for lower? And in fact, well, I'll talk about silver in my next video, but the price of silver is not the spot price. We'll talk about that in a little bit. That'll be another video. I have lots of videos to knock out today because, getting ready for traveling, all that good stuff. But, we have NYDIG buying a whole lot. Now, we have a lot of banks that are concerned. We have banking issues. Banks, Credit Suisse is concerned about their future right now and their stock price. They're concerned. And there's a bunch of other companies that are out there that are actually testing social credit scores. and they're testing that out. They're not actually implementing this, but if you don't watch Glenn Beck, he has some good videos as well, and he was having a nice little dialogue and chat about social credit scores, and he mentioned Black Mirror, which if you haven't seen that video, I know there's one out there. I remember a video, a show from Black Mirror where she was so concerned over her social score. I couldn't even watch the end of it. I mean, it was that crazy. But she just kept doing things over and over again to try and improve her social status so she can get better things. I mean, this is a real system that exists in certain other countries in Asia where you can't ride the train if you don't have a good enough score. Like, imagine, let's play what if for a moment. What if the world changes where that you have carbon allotments? And I think I saw, was it Layla Halpern? I can never get her name quite right, but she was on with Dan Bongino. Names are not doing well for me today. Anyway, they were talking about carbon credit scores. Imagine a world. What if that you were giving a currency from your government so that you can go and spend and enjoy your life as they see fit, but only if you comply with their social credit score or their carbon credits. If you can't drive that much, you can't burn things, whatever, choose up carbon according to their rules, you only allowed so much of, and your money will expire. Not only can they monitor you, and it's not money, it's currency. I have to keep, I even slip, but your currency will expire or it loses its value if you don't spend it fast enough. So they will increase the velocity of that currency so it's more liquid. So, like, imagine a world where, say, a CBDC is given to you through an app that judges your social credit score and monitors your carbon credits and makes changes to what you can spend or can't spend it on, or how fast you must spend it based on those scores. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but what if that could happen? And what would that mean to you and for your own freedom? That's why we look at these sort of things. And you've got silver and gold, you got Bitcoin, you got real estate, all those things that help you get out of the existing or the legacy financial system that uses these crappy pieces of green paper and avoids real money and real stores of value like these. So speaking of cryptocurrency, again, the banks are all concerned. They're testing these things out. They're concerned about things. There's so much debt in the world. Okay, I saw this in another video. I just jot down notes as I watch different videos out there and gather information for these videos. There's so much debt in the world that you need I saw a back of the envelope calculation. The calculation, I think it was from Savvy Finance. I'd like to give them a shout out. So hopefully I can remember. Probably not gonna be able to post it because I'm posting so many videos today, but there's about $300 trillion of debt in the world right now. And that's adding up the debt of governments, businesses, and personal debt. If the inflation in the world, if the credit rate, interest rates, let's just say the interest rates go up 5% on a global scale on average, that would be about $15 trillion of debt service that needs to be accounted for. And that number, just as a perspective, that is roughly 18%. $15 trillion of increased debt service would be 18% of the existing gross domestic product of the world. So what that means is that inflation is bad in this system. It's going to wreck this whole system. And so so go back to the global domestic product. If 18% is 15, so you're looking at about, let's call it $80 trillion is your gross domestic product of the entire globe. $80 trillion. That's what the world produces in value each year. $80 trillion. Our debt's $300 trillion. Our debt is almost 4 times that much. And a 5% increase on that debt of just debt service, it's kind of like where the federal government, the U.S. government, can't ever pay off the national debt. They can't, on a global scale, they can't pay off a 5% increase. That would be 18% of the global domestic product. If it goes up to 20 or 25%, it would be equal to it. That's how bad it is. So that's why we're saying that system, that financial system, which is not an economic system, it's a financial system because it's constructed, it's artificial, it's not real. The real systems are economic. Okay. And that's what we need to get to. And we need to prepare for what's coming because that eventually a financial system is going to crumble. That's why people like NYDIG are buying Bitcoin. That's why the hash rates are going up. That's why people aren't selling, the miners aren't selling the new Bitcoin, right? It's going to be harder and harder to achieve and to acquire that Bitcoin. and other valuable cryptocurrencies. So that's what we're going to talk about down in Dallas. And again, oh, where's the ticker? The ticker. Oh my, the ticker. I don't know if that was there or not. Anyway, the ticker is here, right? The ticker has finally shown up again. I record, who knows? Uh, anyway, here it is. You can get a ticket for just a live ticket for just $197. You can get the VIP experience, including the happy hour and the breakfast for $279. Or at this point, virtual attendance for just $150. You get a PDF of this. You get everything all this content here. You get this QR code right here as well, which there we go, which gets you access to the back end of stuff and gets all the different things that are coming to you. All the links that we mentioned, all the affiliate link, not really affiliate links, but all the discount links that we give you, all the other things that we give you, how to continue talking to our community, how to get to know or further your conversation with our 3 guest speakers. There's going to be a lot of value for just $150. And you're going to learn. If you think you know crypto backwards and frontwards, great. Learn about silver, gold, and real estate. If you think you know silver and gold, learn about the other two. If you know real estate, you really want to attend and learn about gold, silver, and Bitcoin and how to preserve the wealth that you've acquired over the last few years in real estate before it completely implodes. So I really hope to see you there. I've talked a lot. I'm going to close the door in the bureau once again. And I hope, I can't wait to see the comments. And please, I'm looking forward to see you in Dallas. Please join us either live or virtually. But for now, I'm going to close the door in the bureau, say follow leader one more time. I will talk to you soon. Take care.